I'm going to kick off with a concept. Who here has heard of a feedback loop? A lot of people. Cool. Basically, it's like, I'll just kind of draw it out here, but you'll see how it's a universal concept, universal principle, but I'll show you exactly how it ties into your business as a whole. Whether we're talking about offer, marketing, sales, delivery, anything like that. So to kind of carry over from yesterday's conversation about like mindset, I'll show you how this. I'll start off with an example of kind of how this works, just in a completely different realm, but essentially just very simply, like if we think about it, it's like our thoughts create our beliefs, and then what we believe creates our actions, which create our results, which then feed back in and influence our thoughts. So it's this vicious cycle. So depending on the quality of our thoughts kind of form the beliefs that we hold about the world around us and the stories that we tell ourselves. And then based on what we believe, that's going to affect the actions that we actually take. And the actions that we take are going to affect the results that we get. And the results that we get are going to affect our thoughts as well. And it's this kind of vicious cycle. But what it does is it compounds into itself. So it's kind of like this, or like that, right? Depending on kind of what you're doing. But let's get rid of all of this. So how that works in business and marketing. So we've got our offer. That influences, the better our offer, the better we can market it. The better our marketing, the better our sales. The more sales we make, the easier it is to sell. And the more sales we make, the more clients we work with. So the better our delivery gets, client results. The better our delivery gets, the more strong our offer can be. Because then you can throw in a guarantee if you'd like. You don't need one. All the clients that signed up this week on the sales calls, they asked me if I had a guarantee, and I told them no. They still signed up. So don't absolutely need one, but it definitely helps. There's a lot of things you can do with the offer. We can get into a whole bunch of that today. But then the better your offer is, the better, like, you improve the delivery, improve the offer, then you get more case studies, better client results, which then feeds right back in your marketing because you can market those results, which then attracts more leads, more higher quality leads. And then the better your marketing, the more pre-sold the prospects are, the more they know you, like you, trust you, meaning your sales closing rate is going to go up as well. So it all ties into each other. And over time, it's also going to look like this, right? It's going to compound. So at the start, you kind of got to eat shit for a little bit as you build it. But essentially, what that's going to look like too, which I think is going to be really cool for everybody to kind of understand too. Like, there's kind of three stages of any business or any skill or anything that you're doing. And if we look at the compound effect, this is pretty much what everybody's kind of success curve looks like. You look at Warren Buffett's net worth, looks exactly like this. Look at anybody else here, probably like this. Phase one, they call this the apprenticeship phase. This is where you're learning skills, not really doing much, not seeing many results, just kind of stacking skills, learning lots, building the foundations. And then from there, you can have a good idea, like, okay, I feel like I've got a pretty solid idea of kind of what I'm doing, where I'm at. And then phase two, this is the creative active phase. So what this means is you're taking action. You're starting to take action. You might be seeing some results, but you're also seeing a lot of failures. And you're getting kicked in the teeth, dragged through the mud a hell of a lot. And it doesn't look like this, it looks more like this. Zigzags. Because you try, you get a door slammed in your face, down and out for a bit. This is where most people actually give up. This is where most people fail. And if you can kind of just get through it, then finally, phase three, mastery, is where you actually start to see the results. This is where the wins really start to stack and compound, and then all of a sudden you're up here and we're nice and happy. But another interesting concept too is, like, what got us to here was the work that we put in over here. But most people forget that because they don't see that, or they don't remember. This is how I built my entire program, my whole business. I run it through this, share this with all my clients, and you've got videos breaking it down on my YouTube channel. But essentially, as you can see, I'll just leave this up for a little bit. But this is basically our business. So we've got, up here is all marketing, sales, acquisition. Down here is delivery and fulfillment. But as you can see, it's basically, with the direction of everything, how it's going, it's a feedback loop. So we've got the top of our funnel here. This is our traffic source. So getting new leads, attracting more of the right people, that's really where it comes to with this. So that's where ads are really powerful, because that just gets a lot of new people to hear about you. And then from there, we start to warm them up, get them to know, like, trust us. Then from down here, we convert them, actually turn them into a customer. And then once they're a customer, now we got to deliver, right? Fulfill on our promises. So this is designed for like a coaching business, because that's what I run and what I help people do as well. So down here, like all the examples I have, those are like specific for this, but you can plug and play like based on your specific business. So like this is Instagram Reels, ads, YouTube, you can do Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, right? Just plug and play. And then, so you deliver, you fulfill, get clients results, and then feeds right back up here through case studies and money to scale ads. So you just reinvest, and then it compounds over time and really grows. So, and then send more people through, because you reinvest more money back in ads. Obviously, the more money you put in, the more money you get out at the bottom. And then the more money you get at the bottom, the more you reinvest, and that's how you scale and see that big compound effect. So yeah, that's kind of how the feedback loops kind of tie into it, because like, let's just say at each stage there's levers, and we're going to go into an exercise kind of breaking all of this down, but like by the numbers, kind of step by step. But let's say we're running ads. The better our ads, the more people are going to get into our ecosystem. The more people in our ecosystem, the more conversations we have, offers we make, sales we make, right? It's pretty simple. But let's say we pull one mechanism and we spend a lot of time working on our middle of funnel, actually warming up and nurturing our prospects. They actually get to know, like, and trust us a lot better on a deeper level, and start to see us as the only option, not just kind of like in a red ocean. We're gonna do an exercise pretty quickly on how to kind of position yourself as a blue ocean versus like red ocean, kind of put yourself in your own pond instead of fighting for scraps with everybody else. But then, yeah, you change one little variable in any of these stages that increases it, and that sum increases the productivity and the effectiveness of the whole.